Hi, my name is Mathew Hartley and I head up the team at Supermarket Specialists at Benchmark. We're a national organisation and we specialise in businesses all over Australia. So today's talk is about appraising or valuating your supermarket. And there's a lot of myths out there on how we evaluate or how we appraise a supermarket. Many years ago, we used to use the old philosophy of 10 to 15 times the average weekly sales is what your business is worth. There's a lot more that goes into value in the supermarket these days. You know, we look at the condition of the plant and equipment, we look at the location, we look at the lease, of course we look at the sales and the bottom line profit. Whenever we're valuing a supermarket, one of the biggest things we need to look at is the profitability, the net profit. And I always come back to the net profit because it's a clean number to work with. And look, in many cases, depending on how old the plant and equipment is, will determine the value of your business. Now, yes, there are premium businesses out there that will be valued a lot higher, but we look at between 2.5 to 4 times your net profit is where your business should sit. And that should equate back to a times multiple of sales, but in some cases it doesn't. In some cases it could fall below that 10 times average weekly sales. There's a lot of things that we look at, and we look at what the add backs are to get down to our valuation of our business. We've been doing this a long time, and over the last 6 to 12 months we've sold over 20 odd supermarkets, and I have a team of specialists that work in every state. We work also with the banks, so we know what the banks are looking at, and we know that how they're valuing businesses out there as well. And I just wanted to let the sellers know that it's a good time to really start to look at not just working on the business, but actually working in the business, getting into the nitty-gritties of your profit and looking and working with your accountant. Because at the end of the day, yes, we all want to pay less tax, but there's got to be a bottom line profit on the supermarket, and in most cases there are. And we need to look at, if we're getting a wage or we're getting a dividend at the end of the year, but working closely with your accountant is going to be paramount to when you're ready to sell your business. Now, you might be ready today, but you need to be looking at what that profit and loss is going to look like. So to me, it's all about when I'm looking at appraising a business, there's a lot of things I'll ask for information that I'll need. It could be the last 4 weeks sales, the last 6 months sales by month, or the last 12 months sales by month. It'll be definitely your profit and loss, your depreciation schedule, condition your plant and equipment's in, your lease, the terms of your lease, and the conditions of your lease. So all these things make up the valuation appraisal of your business. So once I receive all that information, I can give you a free appraisal on your business, a written appraisal, and we'll send you that information and we'll explain to you how we got to the appraisal price of your business. In some cases, a lot of sellers will get a bit of a shock, hopefully in a positive way, but there are ones that unfortunately get a shock in the negative way. Whether it be we've appraised your store at 750,000 plus stock, and these are the reasons why. And you're expecting to sell your business for at least $1 million plus stock. I will not overvalue or appraise a business just to get a listing. And it's important that we understand that, because an overpriced business, supermarket, is just going to sit on the market and sit on the market. And it's important that we have a price range of when we've done the appraisal, whether it's between 7 and 750 we believe the market is at, and that's how we'll come back to you with appraisal. We have first the free appraisal, we have the marketing program that will present you, and the other thing is we need to qualify the buyers, and that isn't an easy task, because you need to know that if we're handing over your personal information, we need to know that it's a buyer who's receiving it can actually afford to pay for it. So we go through all those steps on valuing your business, appraising your business, putting it to market, putting it to an IM, which is an information memorandum, with all the information that you provide us. Because I do believe that once we get a buyer or we get an inquiry and we get the confidentiality agreement signed, then it's our job to make sure that that buyer, potential buyer, has been qualified, A. B, then we'll send out the information. And when they do get the information, they've got everything to make a decision based on that. The banks out there love our IMs because it's got everything in there. We're not just sending out a little bit of paper or 1 year's profit and loss or just the sales for last week. We're giving you a whole package to make a decision on. In the assistance also, in the negotiations between the buyer and seller, all goes through the broker until we have an agreed price that's been accepted and the conditions of that price, whether it be 21 days for finance, 30 days for finance, subject to landlord, subject to Metcash or IGA approval or Foodworks or SPA or whatever organisation the business is buying from. And we also help you all the way through to doing up the draft contracts and sending it out to your solicitors. So if you're thinking about either selling your supermarket and you're looking for a free appraisal, please don't hesitate to contact myself in any state and we'll put you in contact with the relevant people. Of course, at the end of the day, the appraisal costs you nothing. You get an idea of then where your business sits today, and it mightn't be what you want to sell it at today, but we can give you some tips for tomorrow to be able to bring it up to where you're thinking your price might be and some ideas. Again, remember you're dealing with people that have owned and operated supermarkets, been in the industry for many, many years. Myself, I've been in the industry for over 35 years. We're here to help. Thank you.